Hey everybody, it's Jeff, Aromatics. What's going on? How is everybody doing? I'm doing great. Down here at a familiar fishing hole to probably a lot of you who watch my videos. Probably one of my top 3 places to go close to home where I can catch fish pretty easily. It's a good spot. Trout mostly when it's in season, which a couple more days it will no longer be in season. So it's a great day. I figured I'd come out here. And while I was out here, do a pipe tobacco review. And today I'll be talking about John Patton's Storm Front. It's sold at Four Noggins. It is a mix of different burleys with a little bit of cigar leaf. I was talking to a guy on Instagram. He's fairly new to pipes. Was asking me about some different tobaccos, and he was telling me he was enjoying this one quite a bit lately. And I realized that I have not done a review of it that I know of, which is surprising. Actually, I know why I haven't. Social D did a review of it right at the same time I wanted to do one about a year or two ago, and I didn't want to steal his thunder, so I said I'll wait a while and then I'll do it. Never did get around to it, but today I am. So it is a rough cut burley with some ribbon. I'll show you a picture of it here. I don't have it with me. The smell I got out of the jar is, I wouldn't say unique, but it's easy to recognize. It is a really nice, naturally sweet oat type of smell, like cereal. Kind of reminds me of Cheerios. A little bit of woodiness in there as well. So it's got to be probably, I think I got Stormfront. I got quite a bit of it, maybe 2018. So it's probably over 5 years of age on it. So it's kind of mellowed out a bit. Not that it was ever really strong to begin with. It might have had a little bit of a fuller flavor, but it's definitely not a strong burley by any means. If you like Carter Hall or Velvet, any of those, it's probably right in there. Codger blend, just a little bit more of a natural tobacco taste to it, and a little bit of a woody flavor as well from the cigar leaf. It's a real light hand with the cigar leaf. Smoking it in my, why can't I remember it? Sometimes it's hard to think when you're under pressure making a video. My Cobb by Missouri Meerschaum. It is the natural version. Probably one of my driest and coolest pipes, smoking pipes for sure. I usually do the pocket packet method. If you want to check that out on my, I got a video on that where I pack it. So it's only about halfway down. It's great for bowls that are really deep, but you don't want to fill the whole bowl up, so you just use that pocket packet method. That's what I did with this. Yeah, this natural pipe is really good. You can actually even clench it. It's not easy, but it's possible. So yeah, pretty good blend. Right up there with like a really good blend that I like to smoke sometimes early in the morning if I'm getting home from work and out before I go to bed, or if I'm just getting up with a cup of coffee. It's mild, but it's got a good medium solid burley flavor to it. That sweet oat Cheerio. Now it's not an aromatic. Maybe there is a casing on there, but it definitely is not an aromatic. As you smoke it down, the cigar leaf starts to come out a little bit more. It's nice on the retrohale. Just kind of a slightly woody cereal oat taste. It's pretty easy to describe. Yeah. So while I was out here, I figured I would talk about something, see what you guys think about this topic. And that is the topic of being able to teach people and to train people. I really do think it is a gift that a lot of people don't have. Like, a lot of people do not have the ability to do a good job teaching other people or training other people. And I've noticed that there seems to be 3 different types of the negative aspect of people that can't really train. Number 1 is someone that's trying to train you, and as soon as you start to do it and it doesn't quite go their way, they take over the job and you end up just watching them do it, and they don't really involve you in the training. My dad was a little bit like that, And so the second type of person I've noticed when it comes to training, and sometimes that goes along with the first type, and that is the ones that are always worried about something going wrong. They can give their apprentice a lot of anxiety, because they're always, be careful of this, be careful of that, don't break this, don't break that. And all that ends up, I know you have to be careful with some jobs, but at the same time, you can't really, you got to be careful not to instill anxiety on your apprentice, because then if they start to worry, all they're doing is thinking about not screwing up, they end up screwing up even more. And then once you screw up once, then you usually are afraid, and then your mind just goes berserk. And I find that then the more you're afraid of screwing up, the more you do screw up. And then the last type, that seems to be the ones that they don't want to teach you, because I think they have an ego. They don't want you to know as much as they do. I'm guessing that's why, because I notice especially people at jobs, when they're trying, say you're learning a new job and they have to teach you that or train you on how to do that job, especially if they're the ones that are doing it with you or previously, it's like they're holding back, or they don't want to teach you because maybe they're afraid that you'll do better than them. I'm not really sure. So all three of these I keep in mind when I'm training somebody. Number one, I always try to get them involved as much as possible, and at the same time not worry about it as much as possible. I try to keep them relaxed. If they screw up, all right, no problem, let's fix it, and now you've learned something. I always thought, if you don't know the answer to something, or you don't know what to do and you try it and it messes up, then you'll know better next time not to do that. So, and then the last but not least, I believe what goes around comes around. I don't know how many times I've trained someone to do a job. Say they had higher seniority than me, and I knew that they were going to take my job, or there's a good possibility that they could take the job that I'm doing. I still do my best. I just can't help myself. I want to see people succeed and to do really good at something. It makes me feel good. And I've noticed that in all my years, I'm 50, almost 50 now, that even though I've done that and people have taken my jobs, I've always ended up with a better job in the end. So take that for what it's worth. But I'm just wondering, what do you guys think of training people? Would you say you're a good trainer, a good teacher? Did you have any good trainers or good teachers? And what did you think made them good at what they did? And did you have any bad ones? And what were the repercussions? Did you learn anything from that? Did you tell yourself, I won't do that myself? Because I've learned that that's not a good way to teach somebody. Anyway, I thought I'll just leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I hope you're all having a great day like I am. And I'll see you in my next video. So till then, Airmatics, signing out.